Yo, what's up guys? Partywaffles here, and today I'm bringing you guys the 9.25 updated FrostDK guide. It's going to be the same idea as the Unholy guide I just released. I'm going to try and keep it within 10 minutes, very condensed and concise, so let's get right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to talk about here is going to be talents and then PvP talents, okay? So I'm just going to tell you the ones you're going to play because there's really no variation in the talents. There's a little bit in PvP talents, but that's it. So the first row, you're going to be playing Inexorable Assault. There's no other variation. The second row, you're going to be playing Murderous Efficiency. There's no talent that compares for the build we're playing. The third row, you're going to be playing Blinding Sleet because it's just it's just really good overall. You can blind an entire team defensively. You can blind for your setups, for your stuns, for your chill streak, anything like that. It's just really versatile and it's much better than a 45-second stun, okay? The next row here, you're going to be playing Avalanche. Obviously, this is more for PvE. Frozen Pulse goes with Icy Talons. These are more for dual wield build, but you're going to be playing two-handed weapon, of course, so you're going to be playing Avalanche. The next row here is a little bit subjective. You can play whatever you want from this row. This is like a defensive row, but if you've ever seen me play or watch my guides or anything, you know that I like a Wraithwalk the most, and I always miss Wraithwalk as soon as I don't have it. So yeah. But it's going to be up to you. Permafrost is kind of garbage. I would stay away from that one. But Deathpack and Wraithwalk, you can choose whatever you want for those. It's personal preference. The next row, you're going to play Gathering Storm. The other two are kind of useless. You already get Glacial Advance from your tier set, so pointless. Hypothermic Presence, useless as well. So it's going to be Gathering Storm on this row. And then finally, you're going to be playing Obliteration, because Obliteration pairs with Murderous Efficiency. You're going to be getting guaranteed Obliterate crits during your Pillar of Frost, and the other two are just garbage at the moment, so there's really no other variation. This is the only talents you're going to play. Pretty straightforward, cut and dry cookie cutter. Next, we're going to go through PvP talents, okay? I'm just going to scroll through the entire list and tell you what's worth using and what isn't. This is going to be my baseline, okay? This is my baseline PvP talents that I'm going to be using. So, Death Chill is terrible. Don't play this. Pretty simple. Useless talent. Like, you already have Chains of Ice, right? So you don't need a root. You can just press Chains of Ice. And if you're using it to try and set up your Remorseless Winter Stun, it's still going to be sketchy because they can just press a defensive anyways if they're not blinded before, and there's going to be a gap regardless. So, not the best. Pretty useless. Delirium is good into certain things. Say if you want to run down a Mistweaver or an Arcane Mage or any mage, something like that, you can cut their mobility so they can't really get away from you. So I like to, if I'm going a Mistweaver, I like to pair Delirium with, say, double grip and then silence and just run the Mistweaver completely into the ground because they have no mobility. Shroud of Winter. I really don't use Shroud of Winter that much. You could use it into some things, but you'll have to figure out what you like it for. Basically, like, say you're standing on top of somebody and then the healer's trying to heal them from super far away. It'll force the healer to come in a little closer. But I really don't use it. There's just a lot of other choices right now. Dark Sim, I never use right now. It's Frost. It's useless. Dead of Winter. This one's good. So, basically, it's just an extra stun, right? It's going to make your Remorseless Winter be a stun as well, instead of just damage. So, that's really good because you can use that. And then, say you don't want to use the Dragon Lego, you can use that instead. It's not as reliable, though. I like to use both still, but yeah. So, let's see. What else do we have here? Spell Warden, obviously really good talent. If you're against casters, you can use this. I would recommend using this against any casters or magic damage a lot of the time. Really good. Double Grip, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can use this whenever you, like I said, Mistweaver, Mage, whatever you want. If you want an extra grip for your setup, anything like that, right? It's really good though. Bitter Chill, I really don't use this very often. You could use this with Spell Warden and be super annoying to casters if you want to just lower their haste completely, but I really don't use Bitter Chill right now. There's just other good talents. Chill Streak is pretty much okay. Chill Streak you're going to be using 90% of the time. Like, it's still like baseline. Unless you can't get Chill Streaks, you want to play Chill Streak basically, right? It's just really good. And then Strangulate is just a silence, which, like I said, this is my baseline. So I like to play these three like most of the time, okay? And then I'll trade them out as needed. But yeah, that's all for talents. So let's get into the next. All right, guys. The next thing we're going to talk about here is itemization, okay? So we're going to talk about legendaries, tier, stat priority. All right. So let's first talk about the tier. You're going to use your 4-piece tier on every piece except for your chest piece, okay? I'm going to tell you the best possible itemization you can have. It doesn't mean I'm using it right now because I'm lazy and I didn't switch to mine. But, so 4-piece tier, everything except the chest, okay? What you're going to do with that is you're going to make your Unity Lego on your chest because it has the most stats. So Unity Lego on chest, and then bracers are going to be your other Lego, which is going to be absolute zero, all right? The Dragon Stun Legendary. Because like I said, it's still super good for setting up your goes, defensive, anything, right? It's more reliable than Remorseless Winter Stun. Really good. The only other legendary you could potentially play sometimes is Kultira's Favor, but it's still not even going to be comparable to this legendary. As far as stats go, it's going to be the same as before. Strength, Verse, Mastery, Haste, Crit, in that order, okay? So you're just going to want to stack as much Mastery as possible, essentially. Your trinket you're going to use is going to be the badge because you're going to use it with every Pillar of Frost. And your Rune Forge on your weapon is going to be Razor Ice because your tier set can apply it for you, but it's not going to apply it efficiently. It's not going to be consistent, and you'd much rather just have it all the time. You can play Fallen Crusader if you really want to, but I would personally stick with Rune of Razor Ice myself. Yeah, so let's jump into the next. All right, the next thing we're going to take a look here is Conduits and Soulbinds, which again are going to be very straightforward, cut and dry, and yeah, it's just going to be no variation really. So the first one we're going to be playing is Brutal Grasp. The next one we're going to be playing is Insatiable Appetite. After that, Accelerated Cold. And then for this row, you're going to be playing Zone and Fleeting Winds. Remember, you can switch between them, right? So if you're fighting a caster, you switch to this. If you're fighting whatever, not a caster, you can switch to this one in the lobby, right? So the next one, this is the only one here that's going to give you any choice for variation, okay? So with this one, you can either play Everfrost or you can play Eradicating Blow, depending how you want to play, all right? But the thing is, I like to play Everfrost because it makes Remorseless Winter worth pressing in single target. But the thing is, sometimes if you're playing Dead of Winter, you're not going to be playing it for damage. You're not going to be using Remorseless Winter for damage, right? You're going to be using it for your stun. But still, it's going to add extra damage in it. But if you're not playing Remorseless Winter, this is going to be really good too, so you can just extra Remorseless Winter damage, right? It's just good. It makes your Remorseless actually do something. But yeah, if you're playing Remorseless Winter Stun, you could switch to Eradicating Blow. But basically, those are your only two options. And then the last one is going to be Chilled Resilience. But yeah, pretty cut and dry, pretty cookie cutter. That's what you're going to play. So on to the next section. Lastly here, I'm going to give you guys a crash course on how to do damage, okay? So I'm going to tell you to do damage without your cooldowns, and then I'm going to tell you how to do it with your cooldowns. So without your cooldowns, this is going to be it, okay? So you're playing Remorseless Winter, and you have Gathering Storm, which is going to increase your Remorseless Winter damage every time you use a rune, okay? So with that said, I'm going to want to open with, if I'm not playing Dead of Winter, mind you, okay? I'm going to want to open with Remorseless Winter, and then I'm going to put Howling Blast to apply my dot on the target, my Frost Fever, okay? And then after that, it's just going to be Obliterates to dump all your runes, and then you're going to dump your Runic Power with Frost Strike. If you get a proc, you're going to press the button that lights up. And there it is. Try not to overcap your Runic Power, try to dump it with Frost Strikes, and then Obliterate. That's pretty much it. So outside of putting your dot and Remorseless Winter up, it's literally just spamming Obliterates until you have no runes or you have Runic Power to dump. And then if you need to heal with the Runic Power, you can Death Strike. If you don't need to heal, you can dump it with Frost Strike. And if you get a proc, you press the button that lights up. And that's pretty much all there is to it for frost damage. So, and then as far as bursting goes, so when you're bursting, Chill Streak is going to be hitting 2 people, right? So the name of the game for Frost with Burst is to set up Chill Streaks however you can, okay? So whether you're setting it up with Dead of Winter Stun, or you're going to set it up with your Dragon Stun, you're going to just want to set up double AoE goes. So the weakness here to Dead of Winter is, if you notice this, so you have a blind, right? Say I blind and I pop Dead of Winter, okay? Imagine my Dead of Winter is ramping up, but it's going to break the blind is the problem before they get stunned. So with that said, somebody's going to have time to, whether it's a priest that's going to Greater Fade and he's going to drop your stacks and he's not going to get stunned, whether it's a shaman that's going to drop a grounding totem and press wall, whatever it is, right? It gives Remorseless Winter Stun gives them 1 second to react and do something, which is why I don't like it as much as I like the Frostform Fury. So, but the name of the game basically is going to be set up a double stun, whether it's Remorseless, whether it's with Dragon. The way I like to do it is I like to grip blind them, and then I like to pop all my cooldowns, being Pillar of Frost, Empowered Rune Weapon, and then I'll just shoot a Dragon, drop a Chill Streak, and then just use my Obliteration and start spamming between the two. Because when you have Obliteration, every time your Pillar of Frost is active, whenever you press Howling Blast or Frost Strike, it's going to guarantee your next obliterate is a crit. So you want to just rotate between the two of them. Howling Blast, obliterate crit. Frost Strike, obliterate crit. And that's what you're going to be doing with your chill streak bouncing. So with Abomination Limb, it increases your damage as well, right? So one way you could set up your Dead of Winter and maybe sneak it on them is you could pop your Dead of Winter, pop your A-Bomb Limb, and while you're just hitting them, as it's about to ramp up, right as it's about to stun, you pop everything and just start destroying everything. But it's going to be up to you. You're going to have to figure out different ways to set up your stun, right? So you can set it up, you can sneak it, right? Just press Remorseless Winter without them noticing. Don't press any CDs. And right as they're about to get stunned, you can pop your CDs. Or you could do the classic, grip somebody on top of another person, blind them together, shoot your dragon to stun them, and just pop everything and go ham. You'd want to probably pop your A-Bomb Limb before that for the 20% damage. But yeah, you just got to figure out ways to get the stun and get the chill streak, because that's the name of the game, stun chill streak. But that's pretty much all there is to it for damage as well. So yeah, I think that's everything. If there's any other questions you guys have, you can just come to my stream and ask, or you can ask in the comments below. If this video helps you out, leave a like. Other than that, yeah, twitch.tv/partywafflesx, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.